In Washington for their annual spring meetings, IMF and World Bank officials presented a cautiously optimistic view of the world economy.
There is some sunshine in the global economy. We have global growth, and we are not in crisis. There are some signs that sentiment is improving, and a number of countries are growing at reasonably robust rates. But there are quite a few corners of the world which are downright chilly.
The IMF estimates 2016 annual growth at 3.2%, and the World Bank projects 2.5% growth. The flow of refugees from Syria and other countries has added to economic troubles in the Middle East and Europe.
What if this instability spreads to the Sahel? What if the instability spreads to the Horn of Africa? What if refugees start leaving those areas and moving to Europe or elsewhere? I think that we now have a much, much clearer sense of how fragility and conflict can lead to the exodus of refugees, which then will have an impact on the world as a whole.
Global climate change is also creating economic pressures. Kim stressed that countries must follow through on commitments made at last year's Paris Climate Conference.
We're working with countries right now to piece together deals that would make renewable energy cheaper, much cheaper in some instances than coal, and push forward the movement to mitigate the effects of climate change.
Though growth in China has slowed, the IMF and World Bank expressed guarded praise for China's effort to transform its economy.
Premier Li Keqiang asked us to tackle the question of future drivers of growth in China. And I'm also very encouraged by that's what he would be thinking about, that's what he would be asking us to do.
On Thursday, China agreed to end export subsidies on a range of products from steel to textiles. The news was greeted by the IMF as a sign of China's commitment to the global economic community.
We have with China a serious and solid partner, which has, as far as our IMF is concerned, always wanted to play by the rules, and which seems to be determined to follow that course of action.
World Bank officials fear the struggling global economy could threaten their goal of ending extreme poverty worldwide by the year 2030. Jim Spellman, CCTV, Washington.